A true king, and the movie is on Maurice TV. So yes, and you can see that it features Maurice, Sarah Martin, we have Atawe Raphael, and Obi Titles, and lots of other interesting casts. This is an epic movie, so you expect to see a lot more people. This is not 4, 5, or 6 people movie. A lot of people were in this movie, and this movie is 3 hours. Oh my goodness, yes, so 3 hours long movie. Oh my goodness, how? So this movie pretty much talks about a king who has 2 sons, 2 wives. One is late during birth, and then of course the second wife will lie to everybody that her son is the first son. So the son obviously is the first son. So that means her son is going to be the king. Only for her to confess that, my son is not the first. My son is rather the second child, because I wanted him to be king. This confession came as a result of the fact that, as a first son of the village, when there's war, you have to accompany, the second son, or the first son has to accompany the warriors to go and fight the war, to show your leadership skills. So she didn't want the son to die in the war zone, so she has to confess. But that did not go well as well, because at the end of the day, the actual first son, or the true king, survived the war, and they planned to kill him. But as usual, things will not go as planned. So yeah, that's pretty much what this movie is about. And it's 3 hours movie. My first question when I saw the hours, I'm like, yeah, this one you have to watch it in 2 times speed or even 4 times speed, because yeah, we know how this thing ends, and we can predict it. Immediately you get the confession and you know what it's about, then you know how it's going to end. 3 hours. Oh my goodness. But obviously, this is the first Maurice movie that is epic. So people are going to watch and see what the movie is about. Now let's get into a very recap of it. Now, I like how this movie was done in as an epic movie. Definitely is going to be in a village or a built-up village. I was thinking maybe this movie was made in the same location that Ruth Kadiri did her own, because of there was a location where Maurice and Sarian was at the pool, was at the riverside, and that particular scene just looks very familiar to a scene in Ruth Kadiri's movie. I don't know, maybe you guys, if you have seen Ruth's epic movie recently, then maybe you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that notwithstanding, I like how I like their costume. Let me start with the good ones, guys. I think the costume for the movie, I think they did well. Very different. They were able to create their own costume as usual. That does not kind of, seem like we've seen the costumes before. That is okay. And, the beading, fair enough, as well as seeing the ladies have their own costume thing going on. The king, the 2 sons, that's the prince, the 2 sons have different look, which is also very good. And I think I like that as well, Then let's talk about the characters as usual. Let's get into it. I've settled with the costume. Epic movie, we don't see them changing costume all the time. So I like the costume. Epic, good costume. Let's get into the characters now. Maurice. Maurice, obviously, main character because he ended up being the king. as usual. This is his movie, this is his production, so he would definitely want to be the main focus of the movie, being it that this is his first epic movie he has shot. He's definitely going to be the king. So at the end, he's a true king in this storyline. Then his acting. Oh my goodness. Someone would say he didn't fit the role. My goodness. Did he actually fit this role? I did not even find it interesting either. He didn't nail it for me. His muscles, he's more of a oh my goodness, I have to say it. He's more of the fact that he looks. He should have been a second in command, not because he's a prince. He should have been someone who will be giving advice. That would have been a perfect role for him. But I understand this is his movie. He wants to be the main focus. What I'm just trying to say is that Maurice did not fit that role. Even the fighting scene seemed very funny to look at. I know this is YouTube, so we should. I think we should even stop saying this is YouTube. So they should not put in effort and make their movies very interesting, very award-winning movie. I don't know if you guys get it, because it has come to a point where I think producers on YouTube need to make the movie as good as it can get, so that they can also present some of these movies to award show like AMVCA. They can, if it's possible, they should put an effort. What I'm saying is the acting in this whole production, in this whole movie, did not do anything at all for me. I was watching the movie and I was laughing. That should tell you that this movie was a joke. I think Ruth Kadiri's movie did a better one. Is it a King's Heart or be Prince Heart or something like that? Ruth's movie was far better than this one. The only thing with Ruth's movie was that she was not the fit. Should I say she wasn't supposed to act as the main character as well, as the supposed princess, or as the supposed queen mother. She just didn't fit her role. But the movie, the acting from everybody in her movie was far, 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 far better than this one. This one was a joke. This movie was a joke. 3 hours, not worth the time. Maurice, I didn't see anything that he did. I think it's because I have not seen him at any epic movie. This is the first time I'm seeing him in an epic movie, and I'm not finding it funny. It didn't click for me. He didn't fit into the role. Then Sarian Martin, obviously, epic movie. You need somebody with I have to say it, with a very good stature, somebody befitting that role. Even looking at her, the costume, her brow was showing. We know she has done BBL. She didn't fit the role, to be frank with you. Physically looking at her, did she fit the role? For me, I didn't see it. Her acting, it was okay. I didn't expect much from her either, but it was okay. Her acting was not cringe watching. Compare it to other actors in this particular movie. So yeah, Sarah Martin was okay. The only person that I really kind of enjoyed their acting was the king. Maybe because I didn't see him much in this movie. Yeah, I think the king did well. His role was delivered very well. I think I enjoyed. I think I like that as well. Then we talk about the queen. The queen, we've seen her at the similar role in Ruth Kadiri. I'm comparing the two because Ruth Kadiri and Maurice, that these two people in 2025, most of their movies are beginning to look similar. So that's why I'm comparing the two. I'm not comparing these with Nosarex's own, just because Nosarex's his own was just a joke. He had a very good storyline on his hand, and he was just joking in that one. That's why I'm not comparing Nosarix to this, So yeah, Ruth had a better quality acting performance from all the actors in her own compared to this. See, this one was just was not, it was total joke, especially scenes where you had people had to chip in, say some things, confess, and you have one person from randomly in when they were crowded is saying that okay, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, even their facial expressions from some of the characters, that's the passerby. I'm talking about the people who are not main characters in this movie. Their acting was giving performative acting. It was not giving raw, talented actors. It was as if they were reading their script. It wasn't giving. Some of them were looking at the cameras, looking into the cameras, and camera angles in this movie was not giving. When they were talking, where that this has to be a portrait shot, closer shot, the camera is far away. It was just not giving. The camera sometimes also delay before focusing on the main characters, or when a character is having a deep conversation where we need to see their facial expressions, we are not seeing it. The camera is from far away. Oh my goodness, this if I want to keep talking, I'm going to keep talking. And this movie review is going to be very, very long. I'll rating this movie, I'm going to rate it 1/10. 1 is for an effort. 1 obviously is for giving us his first epic movie. 1 for shooting this epic movie and having a lot of people in it. And I appreciate that. Obviously, by acting, storyline, this was not it. And I don't know whether it was a rush production. Movies like this should be taking at least a month to produce for YouTube, and I don't think they use a month in producing movies like this. I think 3 weeks or 2 weeks maximum, because most of them produce movies every week on YouTube. So that should tell you that they use like 3 days, 2 days even to produce some of these movies. Editing, a lot of mistakes. Some of these scenes, the mic was showing, the costume, the women, was not properly done. Compare this movie to channels like Madiba, Nolly TV. They have specialized in showcasing or shooting movie that is epic. So they do not make mistake. They have better storyline. If you guys don't know Madiba Nolly TV, check it out. If you want movies that is epic with good storylines and you enjoy it, it's not Lagos based movie, then you compare that to this, then you know the difference. The actors in Madiba Nolly they give us good acting. You will not see someone performing, that this person is acting, reading the script. No, it doesn't give. So that is why I say when I was watching this, I was just laughing, because the actors, the god, even the gods or the priest of the town was not giving. I appreciate that there were a lot of people, a lot of cast, the costume and location. That is why I'm rating it 1/10. Whew, it's long. You guys should watch it if you're interested in watching, but recommendation, I'm not going to recommend this movie for anyone. But that notwithstanding, my rating doesn't change anything. A lot of people are still going to watch this movie, and it's doing quite good numbers. It's almost at 1 million views already, in less than 4 hours. So that should tell you that people are actually watching. But people genuinely happy watching and impressed with the acting in this movie. That is the main cocoa. That is what people should be focusing on. Like I said, there should be a time where we should stop giving excuses and say, oh, it is just YouTube. It is YouTube, but a lot of people are watching this. Not just Nigerians, a lot of African people outside are watching. So a little bit of quality, not just production wise, but also acting from some of these actors should be, considered. And this movie, A True King, was not it for me. Let me know your thoughts about it. And when I say thought, opinion, I mean genuine ones, not because you're a fan of Sarian or Maurice and you're saying, yeah, this movie is the best. That's not the opinion I want to hear. Let me hear your thoughts about this movie if you have seen it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next movie review.